This one flighted a bit too far, but just turned away from mid-on. It'll just be a single. Ball bobbles into mid-on's hands.
It is in fact not Juliet, it's the new bowler Tom Hinley bowling his left arm wrist spin. But the sin indeed doesn't you from that end.
And it works for that one fuller and looks down the ground. It'll way to the man on the deep wicket fence single again.
Hinley obviously playing it in T20 cricket, having time in Worcestershire 17 professional appearances for the teams for the 23-year-old.
And looking to end Dodds doesn't get that too far, and it's just about to catch from man Ava. A bit Dodds, that was aerial, didn't really get any of that work to advance.
Yeah, of course the difference between wrist spin is that wrist turn is making it under for advance about such.
Marlow looks to sweep, he gets it away, and the fielder down at the deep square leg boundary brilliantly well, and it'll hold them to a single, fielding the man on the boundary.
Yeah, very well fielded, hard beat from Pardo. Continues to know the strike. It's been the aggressor. I imagine he hides it again for this.
He rocks back, looks to get it away, but he lost back with a point.
Yeah, he started very well, already taking a chance with the ball that was sky.
That's what you get with these wrist spinners, making deliveries. He's in again. This one flatter and cut away, but can't get it past the infield. Recover, does well. It'll be a dot ball to end. A good for Hinley.
Yeah, exactly what we want. Your left arm wrist, but comes in, creates a wicket chance, keeps it tight. Just creates something different for the batters to face.
In spin, I mean, we've seen it work fantastically well so far. And if you can get someone who, again, is left arm, but can turn the other way, that becomes a threat.
And returning is Russo, who, of course, bowled the second game and struggled with a couple of no balls and a few wides. He'll be open for a bit now.
That sneaks the line a little bit. Was wayward in the third bowled. Of course, you've got to think about that front foot as well. 2 no balls.
Imagine Buckinghamshire, Pardo and Billy Dodds will continue to look to pressure. Knowing that his first ever went his field a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep square leg, a fine leg, and a deep cut, which tells me he'll be bowling length and into the pads, giving the batters no room to hit through the offside. Pardo to cover, hits it quite well. Smith midfields it, but fortunately again by mid off and ends up only being a single. Billy Dodds back on strike and brings 50.
And Pardo there looking to go through cover, and that may be a tactic here. The fielder's extra cover and off up. If you can give yourself a bit of space, back away, and launch that over the infield, you'll get value for your shots.
Indeed. Field changes happening here, of course. The left-hand combination in the field often change pretty much every other ball. Not ideal for a captain. Once again, Billy Dodds imperious down the ground. A slower ball, picks it up, smack it over mid-off for a 1 bounce 4. And that has prompted a change of field.
Pretty up for Dodds as well.
An excellent inning so far from Billy Dodds at his feet. But now he has 4 mid-off to third man up. With finally understand that down the ground is own. It's out to deep square and deep mid wicket into the gap. Ran the first one very, very hard. Had to come back in time for the second. Looks right up for this as Billy Dodds, and why wouldn't he be? 52 off 5 deliveries, hitting him really, really well, and there's a lot more to come.
I mentioned the areas over the offside that Dodds looked at, and he did so fantastically there. And what comes from that is not runs, but changes in the field, as we've seen with mid-off being pushed back.
Bruce again. Shot this time, straight to deep leg, just single con in the field. Billy Dodds picks it over Matt Pardo. On level off 30 ball, will be able to get hit further. Like past 40 ball for Billy Dodds, but as the overs with still 8 wickets and fucking next platform launch for a big total. Kick outside edge. Very unfortunate for Smith. Had a good hand on it, but it goes for 4 from Pardo. Sure, he got a nice word there from Russo, who wasn't pleased about his lack of fortune. A good delivery, felt on edge, beat the batter, but with your third up, usually goes against it.
Indeed, and on this field, a little bobbly. It's hard to feel. It just runs away to that short boundary, and that's Pardo's first boundary of the game.
The no ball from Russo out to deep mid wicket for a single. So really not getting it right today. Far from his finest bowling performances. He does. I'm not sure he needs a free, seeing it, but he does get fit. And will be targeting, I imagine, straight down round he has done way along.
Yes, man, the Buckinghamshire want to face up here for it.
Exactly.
He's gone down the ground surely.
Ball pulled out towards deep mid-wicket over his head. 6 runs for the Dodds. Struggling. Enters over slow ball. Really saw it coming. Held his shot, holding it. And just as it pitched, swung through line. Got more than enough of it to go over the wicket fielder.
That's Dodds' 4th 6 of the game so far. Even into the 60s, he's been fantastic so far. Now it'll be Hinley to continue. And Pardo looks to launch down the ground and he gets it all the way for 6. That one almost going out of the sports club here in Marlow.
Excellent shot from Pardo. Trying to get in, tick the ball around. But now the left arm in, enjoys the angle. Right in the slot as he whacks it down. And the netting, the only thing stopping it from disappearing into the trees behind the sight screen.
This one a little bit. Batter has to wait for it and it's cut away. It will only be one as fielder deep to where it's led with the fielding.
Yeah, now with both batters going striking, I'm sure exactly where they'd want to be.
And at this stage in the innings, 11.1 overs, this is where they can really start to accelerate and take 6. Only 2 down. They've got a bit of freedom here, this Buckshire pair. Dodds looks to reverse, but he can't get it away. Only hit the pad in.
Third attempted reverse sweep by Billy Dodds today. Has missed all 3. Which makes you wonder why he doesn't continue whacking it down the ref for 6. All that will come possibly now.
Bit flatter and make sure to get down and sweep again, but close the ball.
Yeah, Billy trying to make sure that he's not getting too predictable for different parts of the field.
It's all the field is.
Exactly.
It's on flatter and cut away. It'll just be 1 run. Field cover will come in and field.
We've gone 6 on the 4. He's really, really well. Dragging his
again bowling that tree, really firing it really from this pitch over. He's again. This one fuller and smacked down the ground by Hollow. That was 6. What a fantastic shot. And looks over. And this box are really firing.
And that one has got confidence. There's a pair issue at the back. Someone will have to go and fetch that white delivery. Yeah, as you were saying, he was doing really, really bowling flat. And then 2 deliveries in the over there, he bowled marginally full. No was ready to whack it down for 6, just waiting for any sort of fitness that he can get his hands under.
Even as a bowler on this pitch, hasn't been too cold if it's been fired in. Even that bit of flight and the opportunity to free the hand like Matt Pardo, and he capitalised.
Right, Connor back in has an excellent first 2 overs. Only went for runs in his 2 overs. And also took the big wicket of Nicholas. He's back from end. We'll be hoping to hit his line and left with the keeper up. Will that stop Billy Dodds for wicket? Possibly. Also possibly needs it. Excellent platform here. Still 8 overs left. Big salute if these 2 can more overs. Then a bold full top. He might have caught Billy Dodds. Got the only ground for single.
Yeah, bringing that pace on can really deep up and surprise the batters. Very much in dominant forms for your side.
Yeah, the seamers haven't done particularly well. Davis and Russo particularly have bit the quite tough. Of course, Connie Dane is slightly slower than those 2, a bit more accurate, a bit more into the wicket. Could give a bit more control. Yeah, swings across the line. Pardo running long off it, takes a good catch. And
Oxfordshire be very to see the back of Pardo, someone who, although he be the one you want to get out experience, and he can real damage later on in it.
Yeah, 2018 just about to hit well against the upper. And then it was a brilliant day. Put 9.
Just seemed to miscue that. I mean, just launch it like it may have been a very thick almost. And the midfielder did very well in round and catching.
His number 8, Josh Linkwell's on strike again. Form of Buckshire. Middle order is a hard hitting number. Which is exactly what you want this stage of the innings. So keep the runs flowing and also support. We'll surely look towards 100.
Haven't they?
Exactly. It's time to run for the square, get deep in the wicket along off and over. That's Lincoln. Gently down the front. The younger brother of also played at Barker. And also
yes, for ducking.
Exactly. Yes. Right, Billy on strike. Then bowls fall high under that. Underneath that for a single.
I can't really able to neutralise the odds. Perhaps that's having to keep up, walking Dodds back into a crease. Maybe he should get down the track.
Lincoln knows with a pair on the NCCA Championship 2022 facing now. Swings hard. Finds the gap. Hasn't quite got off it. Only his intent.
Yeah, and besides, last weekend for the NCCA trophy, 61-4. He's in good form, Lincoln.
Doing it well. And so is Billy Dobbs. It was 63 or 42 balls. Connie Dennis straight down the leg side with the. Very difficult to stop that. 5 wide. Bonus for Oxfordshire, and they'll happily take it.
Indeed, what you need at this stage for the bullet side. But again, that's the song the keeper up thumped. It's worked so far. Later in this inning, is it going to continue to work?
Yeah, I think with the way Dodds is hitting it, might have just been trying to get his line a bit tighter, but in the other direction. It's compensated, gone wide outside off Dodds. Cuts it past, pointed up. 4 more, and that's the idea.
I've seen the batter so far have trouble with that kind of shot. Saw Nicholas get out to it, try to pass that man in the third man position. They've had limited success, but finally Dodds able to get one away for 4. And as you say, you get it away on this out, and it'll speed round.
Lincoln faces first delivery been against Hinley.
Hinley into third over his spell now.
Josh Lincoln, of course, as you said, the new signing, Connor Hadders. Using his marginals and to see it seems dead pulling. Right now, I can imagine his ton side against Hinley.
Rocked back, a little shorter from Hinley. Could only find the field on the boundary of cover. They'll come through the run. I'm sure Lincoln, when Odds back on strike, we'll see how he capitalizes, spins back on. He looks forward to a good length delivery, able to chip it over the infield, and they'll come back for a well run too. That one a little bit suspect Odds as he reaches it too far out, bit of a leading edge.
Yeah, true. He's exactly trying to hit it there, probably aiming worse on the leading edge. Fortunately for him, curved a couple of runs, but it's certainly your day.
Full and swept. He hadn't got all of it though, and the fielder at short flag takes the catch. Connie Denner at the field.
Yeah, not the most missing catch I've ever seen. I can certainly say that. The top edge from Billy Dodds, and it just sort of spinning like a flying saucer, and Connie Denner grasps at it and just about prevents it from squeezing out of his hands at short fine leg. An excellent innings from Dodds. He finishes on 70 of 45 deliveries, including 6 4s and 4 huge 6s. He has built an excellent platform for Buckinghamshire, but they'll have to continue with that.
And that was the crucial wicket for Oxford. Getting Pardo out, the experienced man, was important, but Dodds was the one they needed, and they've got him now, and they'll be thinking they'll be well in this game, hopefully trying to keep Bucks under 200.
Yeah, that wicket, of course, for Oxfordshire just drags that expected total by a few.
Not 2 new batters the crease.
Left Teddy Fleming will face his first delivery. Teddy, 19 years old, captain of Jarvis Cross Cricket Club.
Flat and full.
And
it's bone full. A little bit enough. There wasn't much of a reaction from the Oxford fielders, but it seemed to have just clipped the off stump and it's taken the bails.
It all seemed a bit low key, I think. I think just played down the wrong line and nearly managing to get through it.
I think it was only really key Fred Smith realised may have actually bowled him.
Yeah, I think they all really kind of caught them hard and didn't expect that the way that Buckinghamshire banging it. So
not, and now 3 wickets, and then well in this game, Oxfordshire, perhaps you could even stay on top.
Yeah, it changed all very quickly. From looking to go towards 200 and Pardo hitting him really well and losing wicket. All of a sudden, it's a different game. But the new batter coming in, Aldershaw, who's making his debut, Charlie Aldershaw, will also be keeping wicket later on.
And he dropped ball out, pretty convincingly out to the fielder, long off.
Yeah,
it'd just be the one right.
Definitely better than what Fleming got. Oxfordshire comes in from the North Academy, coming all the way up age groups, now playing for Buckinghamshire.
This one full and fight a bit lower, just had it in the onside, into the off, it'll be 1 run.
Yeah, tempting on that thing. I think so. Nikolai wanted to put down the ground up. He just gently prodded side, instead take single and trick.
And by the end of the over 14, in a good position, you say, 135, although those wickets are mounting.
And returning to the bowling attack is the final over for Smethurst. His arm's been really good so far. In his 3 overs, going 1 wicket, 17 runs. We'll be bowling to Lincoln. There's only 6 overs remaining. It's a little to build. That the best shot Lincoln's ever. Smethurst flat fired in. Lincoln swings line and flips his pad. An allowed appeal from gives him his second wicket as he straight in the air.
There's a flurry of wickets, 4 really wickets. Oxfordshire can. You say they're well and truly on.
Yeah, just to show how Billy Dodds made it easy.
Yeah. To build a push up here towards this innings. They'll be looking at young Charlie Aldershaw.
Aldershaw, who's been in good form for his Stony Stratford in Fantasy League. Northall's coming on its first.
And the captain, Connor Hallow, who come. Skip player captain knocking side up to a good competitive score here.
Yeah, only 135 on the board. It's not exactly the ideal situation that he'd in, but he's got a job in his hands. Arm spinner. So it's just drags his back, pokes into cover single. Aldershaw back on strike. And a bit more rebound.
Indeed. Of course, you had the opening pair and Ampardo really played well on this here.
Aldershaw, he hits it down to long on for a single. Yeah, they were doing really, really well. It was a good combination of Dodds hitting them and Harlow taking the singles, and of course the start provided by Openness. And all of a sudden it started to slightly unravel a bit. A ball, Smethurst fires in nice and full. Haddo's just dig it out for a single, or a dot ball in fact. Getting more bowling from Smethurst, just changing his pace slightly, changing the line a little bit, keeping the bat, I guess. On fired in, Yorker length, just misses the outside of the off stump. Smart ball from Smethurst, who finishes the spell, which has given him 2 wickets, 2 very important wickets, but only 19. That's exactly what you want from your left arm spinner.
Indeed, the captain Haddow here for Bucks. Not tentatively aware of the situation, doesn't want to take too many risks. They've got to build a bit of a partnership here. Themselves up to a respectable total. They can't launch straight away and risk giving more wickets.
Yeah, we've already lost 6 and 5 6-7. A few more batters left, but still a few overs to go.
And it looks like we have a new bowler here. Another Tristan Russo this time. The leg spinner. That one's flash through the covers. The fieldsman will look for 2. It's well filled down the boundary by long off and will comfortably get back for 2. But being pressure on the field from the young Aldershaw there.
Yeah, a bit of light there. And just dragging Aldershaw forward basically through the covers. Picks himself up, he run.
For a little bit of full to reverse. We can't get it. In fact, it looked like we're back at.
Yeah, perhaps he's seeing a late pitch. The rest are really coming off so far.
Looks down the trick and plays it down the ground. Field will be mid on in the end. And as batsmen come through for 1 run.
Gently past the bowler, put in a drive, but never really make that one. It's quite far away from his single. Haddow's on strike, you get the leg side.
Flat full. Can only find the fielder at half. Again, looking cautious in his approach. Rolling well here. This one flatter and fuller. Played away to mid on. And the pair will come through for a single. Again, looking to put pressure, although not many opportunities given here to hit mid-boundaries.
Consolidating going from Buckinghamshire.
Aldershaw rocks back, cuts it away. Past the infield, they'll only get 1 out to the deep boundary though. The man at cover their fields. Very good over from Russo.
Yeah, I guess it's exactly the time as a line in, a couple wickets have fallen as just looking to rotate, give a bit of error, perhaps more than you normally have for 2 back. Billy Dodds and
definitely, and you can see it's briefing in on the pitch. It's working. It's working. And they're trusting their spinners even late on in this innings when this Bucks pair perhaps be looking to launch.
Exactly. And as Smethurst has finished this spell, coming on is Davies, some more skiddier pace. On to face Davies. Flat at the stumps, Davies once again. Really quick, fast and full, ensuring that Aldershaw can push it down. He puts Buckinghamshire up to 140 with 3 overs remaining. 103 with 3 overs remaining. 4 overs remaining.
I think you're looking at 70. You'd be happy with the amount. I think before those you'd be looking for 200.
Punches it out to deep cover for single. Yeah, I think it would require one of these two to iron and starting a couple to the fence. Perhaps maybe a little bit early to start swinging for the trees.
Definitely.
A few smart shots, a boundary here and there, and they can really spin up towards a solid total of around 170.
The captain will be thinking sensibly here. He'll want runs on the board.
Exactly. Davies full and straight. Aldershaw went for the sweep shot. Didn't manage to get hold of it completely. And David now choosing to make a change. He sends fine leg back after that delivery. Brings up mid-on. So now it's mid-on and mid-off up. And the fielder's out. A third man, another fine leg, deep swelling, deep mid-wicket.
Of course, his box lineup does bat deep.
A smart slow Davies. Caught Oxfordshire off guard there. One for the over, but just rolled his feet on the side, smacked into the middle of the pitch, and instead of flying over his head, just held and looped gently over his shoulder.
You look at who's to come in for us. Maybe they can take risks. Matthew Pannett, force bats, top order at a youth level, and Archie Dodds has scored 50 this season, made him 50.
Yeah, of course, there's still batting to come, but you've got to make sure they have those wickets in the hands they can accept. Davies ball Yorker fires it in. Oxfordshire just picks it away. Takes away for a single. I think now. Since when? What do you think?
It should be the time you'd think with the pacer on. You want to use that pace.
3 overs left, 2 wickets. Possibly now, the captain might make that decision. So he punches it to it off. Quick single. There's Buckinghamshire on 146.
That's free over from this pair. They haven't really looked to find boundary on too many occasions. Just comfortable with prodding it about a little bit. It might be the tight accelerating.
Yeah, 3 overs. 18 deliveries. 18 deliveries with some talented batters remaining. I'd be over the sides to take down on the ground or into leg side.
Here's Rooney again. Leg spinner. O comes down the ground. He launches out to mid-on. It'll only be a single though. But a bit of intent that the captain's going to show late on in this innings.
Exactly. He came on the wicket into Chris. Almost went too far and ended up yorking himself.
Looks to reverse. Gets it away. This fielder at third man will field and they'll get through for a single. Had to hurry, did the captain there. And that's the time they've really got the reverse sweep away in this innings.
Yeah, because it's the leg spinner, really giving too much pain on the ball. Makes it high field. It's still enough for a single. On strike. Let's take him down.
He looked to launch. Can only find there and that'll run past the keeper. They'll only get single. The man at fine leg field.
Then it fires it into for just this goal. Been quite a while since for Buckingham, hasn't it?
Yeah, this has to be one of the overs where they really push. Oxfordshire may do here. Come down the track, but it's pulled back really well. So he pulls his length water and Oxfordshire get it down the ground for a single. Too long off.
Spinners really done well this game.
Definitely, they've fought it fast. If he does it again here, Hanno looks to get down the ground. He hits it aerially, and it looks like the ball will land all the way under for 6 runs. There it is, the captain taking the initiative. Something here for the home side.
Yeah, that one a little bit slower, a little bit more. Gave the skipper Haddo's to skip down the track. Didn't get it, but managed to get enough for the ball to turn pretty much right on the rope, which is of course 6 runs.
Haddo looks to come down, but it's shorter. He has to rock back away to backward point and no run there, and that will be the end of the over. With Bucks 156 for 6 after 18.
Yeah, 2 overs left. 12 balls, intent is clear to see, and it is pretty much for the hills time. Davies will continue. Bowl is fine over. Oxfordshire on strike.
How can his debut? But it's second wicket for Northern Park.
Yeah, exactly. Regular player up in the Birmingham for Marlow CC. Bowl's an excellent to Oxfordshire. Exactly where you want to put it in there. Full, far in lock hole. The Oxfordshire can do just about enough to poke it away for a single, putting Haddo's on strike. And the field is fine leg, deep, long on, deep mid wicket and a deep square leg. So 4 out on the leg side. Expect the ball to be fast and aimed at the body. Cue ended. Not the timing you're hopeful. As the ball dribbles back to Davies. Davies has clear plans of exactly where he wants to bowl, which is often the best way to go in there.
And that's quick from Davies. Clearly the quickest bowler of this Oxfordshire bunch. Perhaps try and tempt Haddo there into playing one side. Also a lot of protection out there.
They're down with the ball as well. Sure, it's straight up in the air. Relay second is Russo, and they take Russo. And a miss. Timing and win.
And was still they wanted to work a savvy ending. He could over it. And I was on.
The next 7 she will need a big away. Exactly that. In first ball. One ball, top bowl length, good for it, and smacks it in the gap between line and water.
Really, McCumming time can start that Archie. That was a fantastic over the Mickey region.
Exactly, he's already got runs this season, already has a 50. Yeah, you can see exactly why. In the field as mid-on comes up, back is still also a bit more back of length. And it was exactly that. Davies banging the ball in, but getting his radar wrong. Instead went for a wide. And it was a ball keeping the dribble. Not the final ball fielding, but that's all come.
And another one for 5 runs there. We saw a few overs.
Exactly, and that's all come because Archie Dodd's first ball excellent shot, forcing field and a jiv planned. So 5 wide ball is just a case of the bowler being away with to also by batter changing plans. Archie Dodd looks to bounce. He's just about to beat a keeper for us. That's smart, innovative there.
It is, and he's just using the pace there. Tom Davies, the quickest bowler of this attack. He doesn't need to really attack to him necessarily. He just uses that, gets it past the key line, it'll run away for 4 easily.
Exactly, that sort of pace, you only really get a ton aside. People with that injury, instead of fighting against it, used it to his benefit. And Davies pulls out of his run-up. Well, where do you think Archie Dodds will go here?
Again, you back to 1, you've used the pace of another. I'd say the attack's got to go back on. Davies may look a bit slower and fair.
And Davies goes back to 101 of bowling, which is full fast straight Yorker. Very often, if you get that right, there is not much you can do about it. It's about
really difficult to get away. Where Dodds have caused some damage. Oh, I get that one away.
And that is the end of the over. So the final coming up. Buckinghamshire 170, which is exactly where we said they'd be expecting 170. Anything, I guess, from here can get 10 to 180, 85 is quite an over.
A few overs ago, they were so taken by the 19 over stage.
Yeah, exactly.
And with Dodds playing well and Aldershall in, they'd be looking for 180 at least here. Aldershall looks to go down the ground. He gave me here's another 6 spot as he gives me on goal with rush shot.
Yeah, head start run for the final over. Aldershall, where's Aubrey?
Aldershall to wait. And on the boundary, they cannot field it. It's 4 runs for Aldershall, and already they get to that 180 stage. They'll be looking to 200 here from these final 4 deliveries.
From the final 4 deliveries would be incredible, but they're doing a really good job about it. Having lost wicket in the middle overs, and then recovering, they've really pushed on very well in the past 7 deliveries.
Hidley in again. This time Aldershall reverses. Again, they can't really get it away, these batters. They go straight over the keeper. And the fielder will come around and they'll be kept to 1 run, the batters. That shot hasn't worked, but they continue to go back to it.
It's a very important shot in T20 cricket, especially when you've got point and 3rd man up. So, and if it does come off, it normally results in 4. Not on that occasion, though.
That is launched by Dodds. And it'll be a 6 yet again. Another fantastic shot from young number 9 batsman. This time gets down on 1 knee, sweeps over mid-wicket. 6 more runs for Buck.
Certainly not bad for a number 9 is Archie Dodds. Walks across his stumps, down on 1 knee, smacked it out of the park. And very similar to his brother, he's good down the ground, very powerful and long levers.
Certainly. And you've got to wonder, I know spins works well on this pitch. But at this stage in the innings, last over, do you want to have pace off the ball to these lower order batsmen? I'm not sure if it's the right approach here from Oxfordshire.
Yeah, perhaps maybe they got their workarounds mixed up a little bit from Oxfordshire. But I guess with so many spinners, someone does have to bowl at the end. And Hidley, with his T20 experience, professional experience, playing in the blast, he is the man that you'd rather have.
But I suppose the counterpoint to that is you still have an over left from Connie Denner who bowled so well. He was by far the best bowler of all the quicks in this side. Maybe just a bit more pace on from someone like that.
Yeah, interesting thinking. And I'm also quite glad I did not park my car at deep mid-wicket, because Archie Dodds looks in the mood to put a couple of those white kookaburras through a windscreen.
187 it is for after 19.4 overs, as they do look to find where that ball ended up. I said that they might not get too far off 200, and I mean 2 more hits there and they get up to 109, which would be terrific for us considering the middle overs.
Yeah, two balls left in the over, 2 sixes would be incredible. 187 is already losing total, but as you know, in modern cricket, anything based, especially if you get off to a good start in the power play, and you have someone like Big Dodds who bats through into big total.
And it is nice to know what you're chasing as a side in T20 cricket, but at the end of the day, Bucks will have runs on the board.
Precisely.
There will be pressure on the Oxfordshire batsmen to go out and score right away.
Of course, the home side have some excellent spinners of their own, none more so than the captain, Connor Haddo, who had an excellent season last year and has been very, very good for Buckinghamshire throughout the seasons.
Here we go again, Hindley. The last two deliveries of the innings. Dodds looks to really heave that ball, but he can only find the fielder close in a cover. They do come through for the single.
Yeah, was going for the exact same spot again, this time a little bit slow, a little bit wider, caught the toe end of the bat. Final ball, Aldershot.
Looks on, he gets it aerially. I'm not sure he's going to go all the way. The fielder deep mid wicket takes the catch comfortably. No more runs added on the final ball. Bucks end on 188. A really good innings considering where they were about 15 overs in.
Yeah, late dead catch at deep mid wicket to dismiss Aldershot off the final delivery. EA, a bit of an innings where it was up, down, and then up again. That is about Buckinghamshire to be after.
Yeah, Billy Dodds played a magnificent innings, 70 or 46, and the lower order hitting of Aldershot and his brother Archie certainly helped them to get them. Bucks finished 108 for the 20 over.
Precisely, and if for the bowling of Conditner and Alfie Smethurst, it could have been a lot more for Buckinghamshire. Those two did really well to bowl tight lines and keep the score down.
Indeed. And we will see Oxfordshire's response in a few minutes here, but for now we'll take a short break.
mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, just go up there.
God, stream wasn't working. I wanted to hear the commentary. It's all gonna. Yeah, see how this goes.
Yes, yeah.
And then, yeah, it's probably.
I'm not sure. Hello and Marlow Cricket Club. Second innings of Buckinghamshire versus Oxfordshire to start. 189, chasing target of 189 for Oxfordshire, and following his excellent first inning of 70, the batting and now the bowling. Fires into the pads and it's down the ground from Parker.
Now, of course, Harrison Sussex Pro to take strike.
Opening up with a double Harrison. But he does an excellent. A bit like back in under nines when school game when you get to open the bowling at the same time. But Billy is very active at this role of bowling off the power play, especially with left play for Oxfordshire.
It was leaning thin, didn't it?
Exactly.
I think
Just
just follows him.
And I said Howard had a pedigree behind the Sussex Pro, hits it Vitality Blast 40, and has also played quite a few first-class games as well. But thoroughly enjoyed white balls. It will be crucial which way this game goes. Either beginnings from him puts a shot to victory, or if B Dodds get him out early, they're right in the same. Good start from Dodds, nice and full. Always prods it away to extra cover. Double.
You see him starting on the wicket there to the left hand, firing it in quite flat.
Beat fly. Ward pokes it a fade. Gets it to a third man. Billy Dodds bowling. Parker on. Good reverse sweep. Gets to enough. Good, well footed. And that in just 2 runs. Excellent footed.
And ready more. The home side.
Exactly. These 2 left-handers, the strikers we've already spoken about. Ward, but Parker is no to hit a long ball. In the flight, the edge, from Billy Dodds. Parker playing in the Nottinghamshire Premier League, the left-hander has also represented Derbyshire secondly. Runs down track on it, kicks it. 6 runs, Parker.
Looking on this pitch, turning all delivery into full tosses, and he's absolutely thrashing it. 6 runs.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've seen that today. That's the way to go in this ground. Short, straight boundaries. Hit it really well, almost a window of the pavilion. Luckily, no glass was broken.
And it's 10 for none from the first over for Oxfordshire, starting well with power. Element, brother runs
From both ends, Ward.
full, fast, and a wicket. Caught him up. That was the huge hit for Harrison. And he tipped it straight into our top.
What a wicket for him, straight away. Archie Doff really well with the bat. The innings. And that's out there, big 6. Full ball on the stumps. In the pitch a little bit as Ward played across the line. But I think could have asked for a better start from Buckingham.
Archie does need to be still earlier with the bat as well. Ball here taking the 4 buck. Next. It's Freddie's come recently.
Oh, very good toss. Left hand, yeah, which maybe is more important. Turned away from the end with his goal. Meanwhile, it's touch.
Good. He's going to get out of it again. Looks good, Barn. Can back.
Yeah.
Smith.
And whilst he brilliant. A few reasons.
The offside.
Yeah, Freddie. Richie Ford. He once shared a dump James called he could for Parker.
I'm fast and Parker only fun before.
Yeah, Parker depth. Yeah, you can tell Parker already has 200s this season combined. They've got 500s between them, and we're only into the third week of June. So it'll be very but Billy Dodson is off spin and set the man for it.
Continue. Really good first over at times.
Yeah, Dodds just adjusting his field. Put two back points now. Come round the way. Excellent shot from Freddie Smith. Gives himself inside out over the offside for 6.
What a stunning shot. Power play or not, that'll get you 6 runs. That's a magnificent.
Exactly. As a ball, you can only stand there and applaud, but there's just gotta be hat, haven't you? This one flatter, faster, beats backward point through the infield. 4 runs for Oxfordshire, showing their intent in as they'll need to sing 100.
This pair is finding the gaps in the infield. That a lot of power behind shot. Timed it, and again in the power that you beat the guys.
A good power play often go a long way to win down the total. I'm sure they'd have, apart from the wicket, one that triggered onto the other for short. Dodds. One hits the pad myth.
That's the way these spinners have been in this pitch, flat and fast.
And that is Page putting out to lift it. Really dark. Shot from Smith. Ready to hit it. Going, does it one time? Not his, but for
The extra cover field in a voice to track.
fellow like the Oxford team have something soft. Oxford sitting to me. Try and compete. We can't stop him.
It's shot. That's over. We want to end the whole day. This is the power.
Hayden Rowe coming into bat. Yet again, another left-hander. How many more left-handed will love that? In place. Excellent delivery. Bruce Martin to leave the ball. Hayden Roose. He has a slightly better with bat than he did the ball. Okay. 30 for 2 after 3 overs.
And it's going to have a change of bowling.
Just
By Tom Waynes.
Tom Waynes plays his cricket at Tring Park in the Thames Valley.
Currently 30. Staying well. Wait. Well, cover length and myth is part of good Autumns.
Wayne the money 10th, beats the bat, through the keeper. That's exactly what he's got to do.
Interesting decision though. After his 1 for 5.
Yeah, I guess that's going.
When he advances the truck and he's able to fling it away, just wide and backwards square leg, and away for 4. Good shot.
Sure, that's a good way, but because they're right. After that backlide, beats 5. 4 runs. Parker, of course, the form batter at the order. Wicket will be short. What's he?
And he through keeper. Good from Wayne once again, finding really extracting once out of this pitch.
Yeah, it's just done it. But if you hit the length, you can do stuff. So could really stay. So in Parker, another reception, that's his soul.
Again, Waynes over the. Again, into the ball, and it away. Can't. That'll be for the leg bar.
Yeah, I think I might be with this thing. Get that one away with 5 up on the pad. Do is get a little touch, and as everyone else had a runaway entry, but not to be. Russo on 0 off 1, still looking for his first.
Williams will be wanting pressure on yet to score. He just cram up with a back of length ounce. It's a bit of only
4 for all age groups, which is obviously domestic. Also has a bit of experience with single his count. Then I look at it.
back this time again. Rude just yet to score still. And that 30.
Yeah, 2 off 4 over. It's certainly not very important. When it's very power, nobody does him and leads is coming up. And by the series, I'm going for the other end. Now the play and we go with Harrison one here, which put in front. Just done that. Oh, it's a drop catch down there at square leg. Harrison Ward. Harrison shot went air. Leg fielder can't get in there.
And that was incredible diving.
Yeah, I think from my judge the and of course in the figure, quite dismissal. Is able to get time above the ball. 4 runs, but the final leg is really.
He's looking really so far.
Especially the ball around that line, it will possibly hit a spinal in the eye. This one might deliver him odds. So next, if there's still time for good kid and team
He's been really good leg. Trying to then hit. Nothing that's win up.
Well, usually one here on the as you come in. Tight lens, Bruce to miss single. Will not be bucking him because single over, but it's the real boundaries that will be them.
Certainly.
Parker back strike, or he dropped last time. Strike for the flick shot again. Depends which one. Dots fan Parker very chance inside single. And for diverse, it's only fair bucket up. It's not a way and when on the weekend. I confirm having but and the chances.
Looks good on that. And even out. King. Get take win.
It's shot. Yeah, I think one admirable the average progressive shot. But it's apart a little bit for the visit.
Three, particularly Parker and Smith, struck it so well in one shot. Especially behind
Again, I'm using it was up. It didn't quite. That's
interesting ending. We know.
Let's go something that's fine shot. Wayne, a little hit that.
It turns on quick for it with Wayne.
It's from the common page.
And you can go from score again. Get back.
Just in the
Russo on. Down away. Hold it by more running.
Going over slight contact way deficit way ball. Feet up ball went forward.
Right. Is with that light and how him to sorry.
And we can and then in the
now we can go more.
Mid wicket. Deep couple. Oxford. It's not killing when it lost. And the Bracker, being but from the press, trying to get more
selection.
The balance, that they save the club in the Tona, you can do it
easier for them to try.
In a play, where both of us, of course, field boundary, but pressure on the best about playing is good as up, so it's a arcing shot of the forward. Terrific head in.
You mean bring a hand, I call for that after that.
Yes, slight
pressure, technically, that's 3 US pair.
Yeah, more kick. And when it's over, used to that, that's around the cap pedal. More into this.
Apply boundary.
Just break them. The mark they can was an admiral. I'm sure that's the get lost down. I'm not sure Brett. Game
you can do that. I'm not sure.
Dodds getting his days better.
Fine. I sure.
Only last from the extra. Yeah, Pip's is being so stored. Can always go.
Flash on this.
Still fairly short here. Well, the deal's run. I feel what it is. I still about his power. Yeah, real research. Short attack, non-small. Involved. Yeah, the
catch
the 6 is the shadow. And very fast. Have weapons. NC3. Tiffany to the front. Including this on any. Research. From red front five. In the it's all 8 second. My fingers. Good. I don't know the way that be.
It's a fruit coming.
Good run for the arm of the same long. Adding seconds with. So it's been a long game this time. I come in. That's about on the side. Put pressure on pick up and it all. The sun is a lot to in favour of that. Had a third by hill, but respect to that bullet. Good.
Hado. Fast for
as Cuff has or
it's not like
the narrow it's in a build such thing. Action down the corner. Or go over when it gets another thing.
And then ignore the edit by Bishop.
Pretty the shot was not active shots. Pick it up from the bar and now I give you get boom that's a good shot to where another yeah they pick them battle is fine done it first of all looking starts to open the leaders on back up
go back up
in there so you got all the way the bat something pin got to take right over but a few chances and really they take right him they're not having about time high in the in that I just say not better not sure if it win cap after caught it and wrote for they're calling come back Lily in the it shows you okay quick to the field yeah pass over just would be
thing
that is 3 o'clock around so S2 from here needs roost
some point, I'm going to listen to this back on route.
Suppose it's if not, you still set so hard.
That's good. So I get for a sec. Come getting.
Football thing to predict them.
And I took him.
He's been putting down. How's that? Yes, I like very just to strike. Long on midweek base. He's open. The time he went out saying we've seen just now. I mean, but
then again, about to death one.
yeah, he's hoping to wait ball being manipulated field, perhaps singing hard.
Henry's also big swimming
Contact. The over 5. So it's obviously a great take and so right back in I'm in
for that over.
If you want a little current with that's state to down a better option to check out
to be this way.
Because done what you want in big stuff. Just off ring over the base and catch it along for but pretty quickly. Yeah, definitely. This is terrific fashion things. This for to enter pit expected lights bit to about advert of using increase and so yeah, the office definitely if I feel very dead girls but the rest of you is just yeah because only they're laughing at me that
now come on the first
I'll write it
through the Sharpie in it doesn't really rise and the Oxfordshire pair rushing for a single. It's an unusually long run up for a spinner, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's more about the type of spin you are. Some are more through the run up and some are more momentum through the crease. So good single off his first ball. Hindley will looking to put the young man under pressure as they
came to 4 runs. Tried to get around him, but in the end, it does reach the bridge.
Exactly. Long on and long off far apart, so it's hard. There's a 4 runs.
Full.
Yeah, it's interesting from behind the wheel as he'd hit, but far in their front. So
that's down the middle.
I guess we're holding it with given. Make it more than the bowler, but it clipped like
panic to go the wicket.
There can no run. Can of course only also capable with a also
as he looked at one pan it in again. He get out to the cover region, but it'll only be 1 run. As the fielder in the deep comes around, it's a good first over from Matthew Pannett. Only going for 7 runs. And after 14, Oxfordshire are 104 for 6.
104 for 6 after 14 overs. So in 6 overs, then almost 85 runs. Round off very quickly. For his 5 and as you can tell, Dana knows what's needed. Doesn't make silage out for 1. Aim from Hindley, singing through the cross the line. It's very much hit or miss now. Lincoln slower ball into the wicket, hit firmly down the ground. Only a single.
He connected with that so.
Very good change up from Lincoln. Death bowling through there. Just pulled the pace ball into the batter, commits into a shot. It's a really hard
hit. It's down the ground, coming up a little bit for the new batter. Opportunity here.
Cutting a ball foot shot 4 runs. Just out his foot. Crisp wicket ball.
In fact, a slap. Wicket region that was a
yeah, shot. Prompts change the field. Lincoln bring up and said, "Hold on." Not get any of that. Came right after Luke gently.
Not how scores from his ball. He perhaps where he was going to get his rocket kind of middle kick. I want to reach it. He didn't quite connect with that. They only put it aerial. And now Oxfordshire 7 now. Looking at your tough ass now.
New batter is Russo, was rather 41 earlier. Houston can do the same in the balls, and Oxfordshire have a small chance, but it stands up. So the firm put Lincoln
has, and you'd expect nothing. Your star side. We said how brilliant he's been with the ball in others this season. Again, variation of his pace, his good line and length has been really challenging for the Oxfordshire batsman.
Fuller one, wider. Really looking to carve it backward point region, but is unable to do so. Just gets a single.
If we set bobble up though, it's hard for these fielders on this outfield.
It's looking to be a very, very clinical performance from Buckinghamshire. They're closing out this victory without a fuss, not giving much of a chance to Oxfordshire. Haddo's still not bowling. I think it's panic to continue.
Up to 112 for 7. Here to him. By Bulger behind stumps. 2 for a bite. That should include him stage.
Young Pat played the Gerrard's Crossket Club. Also today bowling, but also very keen back at back.
So cold. He sees the way to third man to come needs to come strike. Henley literally succeeded in finding goal.
Yeah, it's doing a good bowling a good area well part of the best again. Really might get
again just on the ground. And that's a good for 6 round laps.
Yeah, that one really like coming down the wasn't the bed of the fast. So just sat underneath flat 6 into the leg side.
Henley, we did a few more of those Oxfordshire game.
Good little bit late, as you said.
This one, yo.
Really high.
He's interested. And he'll take the catch. Henley going for that same shot again. Gets it a little bit straighter. But he gets it a bit too aerial in the head, doesn't get enough of it. And Buckinghamshire, they've taken their 8th wicket.
Yeah, well done for Panic. Just slowed it down a little bit. Hindley went for the same shot. Straight in the air, good catch from long on. And this is a ravelling key. And we are soon.
Yes. 4.1 overs.
It looks like it's very and it's
and the Hooligans.
Tom Davis in to face against Pan, who has got the wicket of him.
Going a wicket to the right-hander. Flat and quick. And Davis turns this down to long off for the single. He will take the strike for the 4th to last over of this encounter.
4 overs remaining, and normally you'd still have a chance at this stage, but with all the wickets they've lost and still needing 70 runs, it's nigh on impossible for a victory here, especially now as Captain Haddo comes on and looks to close this game out himself. I guess what's left is a bit of pride for Oxfordshire. See how close they can get. Haddo's flat into the wicket, little bit grip.
Good pace through to the keeper as well.
Yeah, attempted cut shot from Davies, no contact. And his bob flat, fast on the and another wicket.
Yeah, now one more for victory for Buckinghamshire. Had it in the windy. It's the new man had to go. Going back to what you just said about there, the great contributions. What you do with good run.
Yeah, hard to look past, and it was a I just wrap it up in the next little final by Alf Meadows, thumb spinner. Smith and Mark. Right, had a bartender. Can imagine it'll be fast ball and straight at the stumps. Exactly. Run. This is a big switch when it makes no contact. Had very, very quickly and fast. Pushed out towards mid-off. Yeah, it's been an excellent day so far here. Despite the game sort of petering out, this is quite over now. It's been a good win, or looks to be a good win for Buckinghamshire.
It's an emphatic performance. I know there's a little stumble with the bat at one point, but I mean, that it's been pretty dominant so far. And Tom Wames comes on here, he'll look to wrap this game up quickly.
Yeah, you could say all throughout the entire contest, front the whole game, or if not, at world level. They get first game. Another coming.
Here's Wames low. Wicket. It's full. The cut and it's a miss.
Yeah, Waves took a bit of that. A little bit slow, a little bit wide. Tristan Roos couldn't line up. Chat with that bold.
Wames again, Russo. Again, that good back of length. Wing run straight through the top at a double.
You can see Buckinghamshire time with other things. Trying to get this done briefly.
Wames turns again. And that also that Yorker, so all he can do is get out there. Third consecutive dot ball.
Yeah, and say fast, full and straight, well played by.
I'll see that one out.
Precisely. Another dot ball.
That one's slightly back of a length. Fielding off his own bowling is Wames.
Later this game, all the week. Goes to shoot quality. So ball
a bit slower. And drops it off for the fielder coming around there. And goes for 4. An opportunity there for Buckingham to wrap this game up. Couldn't quite take it though. See what Wames does delivery over.
Yeah, it's Ryan Friend. He obviously got out when the ball rolled onto his thumps. Dropped the catcher, dropped another one.
That one. Right. Then they get one that comes in.
Yeah.
Fun Tom Wamer.
Probably only Buckinghamshire. Here comes Haddos. Instead of
wrap game up.
Exactly.
Ultimate game. Off feet.
We were at today. Marlow Club is not far from the bank of it in for his rowing this. Oh, nearly. Slab is in the middle. Russo went big completely and he turned away from his stumps. Leans back, cuts it into the offside for a goal. It's been a great day so far. Be a good day for a walk along, perhaps a bit of rowing, eating some ice cream, and of course, wicket. Haddos fires it in down the leg side. Flat and fast. Excellent effort. The bounce.
Yeah, flying with it. Fire down leg side. Although I shouldn't think the nose will be too stage.
I think she's too eager to fire up. No contact. Contact go inside all. For a sing. Hard. It's Tristan Russo swinging hard now. Tries to salvage anything they can from the main. A finish and the batter has walked. Had at the end of the game. Gold and third part. Buckingham.
The Buckingham when
It's really important up. But solid batteries. Then a quick mid order collapse. For some late order hitting from Chop. A little bit from Connor Haddos and then a good few deliveries from Archie Dodds. 15 of 5. Got number 188 wicketing.
And so they saw Curry left hand to 5. Have Freddie made Russo. They threatened. They took a bit up to the win the team. In the end after that, also something other than that, Buckinghamshire managed to.
I think scorecard afterwards. Court. So 8 court dismissals. Just going to show the way they're wondering hitting big work on this wicket. It's a different game. They could lean more towards or drop the wicket. This will be back stronger. Second.
3 runs. Bonus an hour and a quarter for the second.